This is Alan Farley from FXEmpire. Let's take a look at this week's best stocks, crypto, and ETFs to watch. We'll start with NVIDIA Corp, which reports earnings, I believe, on Tuesday evening. Now, the stock's been a monster for many years. In 2020, it got up to about the 148, 150 level, consolidated into May of 2021, took off in another very strong uptrend that's really expanded from about the 200 level up above the 300 level. And well, what's this? Just about 6 weeks. So the stock is very overbought, very, very tough to buy up here, but you can't really bet against NVIDIA because it's just too powerful. But what we can do is wait for a pullback and a lower risk buying opportunity, which will come if we get a pullback down to about the 225 levels. That's probably the best bet for most traders who aren't that aggressive. Moving on, taking a look at Walmart, which also reports earnings this week. Walmart topped out right around the 150 level. I think this is just a false tick or fat finger. About the 150 level in September 2020, failed a November breakout, failed another breakout in August of 2021, but it keeps posting these higher lows, and that's pretty important. Now, it came back up to this level again in November, and it's turned back, but it is kind of oversold down here, but we really need some good news from Walmart, especially with skyrocketing wages and supply chain disruptions. Those are going to be the things to watch because they've really upended a number of very good earnings reports since the season started in October. Moving on, let's take a look at Ripple. Ripple's had kind of a frustrating year, even though it started fine. I mean, we had a very, very strong rally from about 17 or 18 cents all the way up to about almost $2 in April. But it's been kind of frustrating since that time with the cryptocurrency drifting sideways to lower while Bitcoin goes and challenges all-time highs. As you can see, we have two trend lines developing. We have this descending trend line and this rising trend line. Well, they're slowly reaching convergence, and they will actually converge here in December. So I think we're going to get a breakout or breakdown before that. Now we've just reversed the trend line resistance. As you can see, the trend line support is right at the 200-day moving average. So we have the potential for another 15 to 20 point slide. But right now, if we get a rally above this little high right here, which is about up at the, let's take a look. Oh, it looks like about the 1349 level. I think we're going to get a lot of buyers coming in because we're going to start to break these highs. So that's the level to watch for a breakout. And down here's the level to watch for a breakdown. Moving on to ETFs, let's take a look at URA, which is the uranium ETF. Now, uranium's been doing just phenomenally in the last, since about the March 2020 low. Now, the ETF, which has become a very popular play for the commodity, as you can see, we have this developing little wedge pattern. Right here, we have resistance right in the upper 20s. Well, the ETF just broke that resistance just in the last 2 weeks, and it's consolidating at a new high. Now, with this rising wedge, we could get another pullback to this trend line right here, but any action, I think, above this high, which is right about 3160, could really send the shorts packing and get this instrument up into mid to upper 30s very quickly. Finally, Tesla, which dropped about 15% last week. Now, the stock broke out above, this is what, January resistance in October, and in just about 11-day period, it gained about 45%. Well, now it's pulling back big time because Elon Musk having to sell about $7 billion dollars worth of shares in order to pay his astronomical tax bill. But this isn't a particularly good place to buy it, especially after this very huge advance. As a more defensive person, I would rather wait to see this gap filled. As you see, this gap down here about 910 to 940 is also aligned with the 50-day moving average. And that 50-day moving average has really held a support going back to about June of 2021, and even the few little breakdowns through it have found their way back above it. So I think this is probably a pretty good place to watch for a buying opportunity and then a trip back to the prior high.